Hi guys, how are you doing? So over the years, I have realized something from a lot of people. I've realized that people, when I say over the years, feels like, oh, I'm one oldie. I don't know if oldie is a word, but I realized that people struggle with maximizing their time, their 24 hours. On some days, we sit and we are like, what have I done with this day? And you're like, I have not done anything. I don't feel enough. What can I do? How did time pass? OMG. Really? People say OMG, where you're like, oh my god, how can it be 6 p.m. already? Sometimes that happens. At least it happens with me. And for this video, I thought about that. I was like, wow, this has been happening with me. I wrote about it on my blog. The name of the blog is We Speak Minds. And that day, after writing about it and going through a process, like seeing if I could actually maximize my 24 hours, I decided to like put it into theory. And this is like an overview of what it was. Yeah. And there are two things I will tell you to do. Take things calmly and be at peace with yourself, because you are young. You are really, really young. Another thing I want you to know is that you're not crazy. You are not crazy, not at all, not at all. There are a whole lot of us out there that are actually trying so hard. Yes, so hard to actually maximize these 24 hours. God be know wetin dey do sha when he gave us 24 hours, but somehow it feels like 24 hours cannot be like enough. One thing I know sha is that in 24 hours, if you don't have sleep or if you deprive yourself of sleep, it would haunt you back, like it will hit you back at the chest. Sorry, the chest is here. It will try come for you. So yeah, that's just it. I put out a blog post called I must write. I write almost every day. In month of August I didn't do so much of that, but in July I did, June I did. So I like to write almost every day because I'm building myself as a writer. I want to be a better writer. I write and I enjoy it more than any other thing. That has been the talent I have had from a young age, and I want to build on it. So really I decided that I was going to write every blessed day, and on some days I don't write, some days I write. Now this month started, and you know how new month starts. Now once you start a new month, it's like, oh, I'm going to do this thing right, I'm going to have this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And this month started and I told myself that, oh, okay, I'm going to write every day. I kept on at it. I did. I even wrote a fictional story. It was amazing because I woke up from sleep that day and the idea popped, and I was like, okay, wow, this is me writing a fiction for you guys. And I wrote a fictional story blog, and it was coupled with what do they call this thing, laziness. Creative block, okay, then laziness to just write. Now the next day I was like, am I not really going to write? I don't feel like writing. What not? Something just said I must write. And I told myself that that was the topic of the blog post. I did not need to know what I was going to write about. I just told myself that I must write. Now, these are reasons why I actually pursue writing every day. I have realized over time that if I write for 1 week straight up and I write 500 words in 1 week every blessed day, the next week I somehow write 600 words without knowing. But anytime I take a break, like once I take maybe 1 week break or 2 weeks break, I can't write 500 words. And why I am channeling building like up to maybe 500 or 600 words is because people have quotas. I want to earn money from writing. People have quotas. The day I want to go and apply for a job, somebody would want me to write 1,000 words. I have done an interview. It was 2,000 words. And like I have written 2,000 words about myself, but that day it was confusing. But it was actually 2,000 words. And I had to write it whether I liked it or not. So if I want to earn as a writer from writing, I need to like build it. I need to build it up. So that's really why I'm doing the whole 500 words thing. And of course, just to
help the art, like build the art basically. So the blog post yesterday now spoke about how I have been lazy, I think it spoke a little bit of procrastination, and I think even what else? I can't even recall. Sorry, but it just had me on that P that, oh, I needed to do something. I needed to move out from my comfort zone. Then I gave myself a challenge because I was like, in the blog post, I was like, oh, what did I do with my day? Okay, I needed to write about something. So I was like, okay, let me write about my day. I must write, and I must write about my day. What did I do with my day? I didn't do so much. I have been taking courses. I've been taking digital marketing courses, UI UX design. Yes. I'm on my way to becoming a tech sis. So I told myself that okay, I'm going to learn, and I have been on and on it. But yesterday, what did I do? I just did stuff for my job. I manage social media accounts, so I just did job for my work for my job, and I think I spent maybe, at worst, let me even give myself that luxury and say I did something, maybe 2 hours, and that was all. And I had this book that I was supposedly reading, and the book was it was boring to me. I was not enjoying it, but I was trying to force myself to read. But I mean, I was reading the book and I was reading it on the bed, this bed. It's like, why don't I, like, why didn't I do anything? Because I couldn't place my hand on a single thing I did to feel like, give myself a pat on the back that, okay, I did something. So I said, when I was writing, then the idea came. I was like, I'm going to do a 24-hour drill. I'm going to stay awake for 24 hours. I want to see what is going to happen within 24 hours, because why am I spending 24 hours in a day and not really doing anything? I've spoken about this thing before to people, but not on the podcast or any of my shows, about how we don't maximize 24 hours. Think about it. You wake up by, not we, I mean me, but I believe a good number of people, like, I mean, I see people, so I know. We wake up maybe 8 a.m. Now that ASU is on strike, I am a university student and undergraduate. Now that ASU is on strike, some people in their houses can wake up 10 a.m. You wake up 10 a.m. Then you go back to bed. You go back to bed what time? You go back to bed maybe another 10 p.m. I'm going to calculate it. Let's count. 8, 1. Okay, I can't count. But that is like maybe 10 hours. I don't know maths like that. So don't expect so much from me. But we spend like maybe 10 hours or maybe 12. Let me do it. Let's say we spend 12 hours in a day. Part of that 12 hours, let's assume you are me. Yes. I'm talking about this as myself, not as you for now. During my day now, maybe I press my phone. Time now goes so fast that once you are on Twitter, you don't know that you spent 30 minutes on Twitter. So I spend like 30 minutes on Twitter. Before you know it, I have been 2 hours on Twitter. Let's assume I was addicted to TikTok. TikTok has it worse for those that are even on the app. They spend like maybe 3 hours on TikTok. I see people say, oh, I don't even know how my time went. If I just checked, it was so time. You understand? So 3 hours of your 12 hours, you spend it on TikTok. Part of that 3 hours, part of the 12 hours now, you do house chores. Maybe you spend under 2 hours doing house chores. Big Brother is on. You watch Big Brother for 1 hour. Then you analyze with some people. You have phone calls with your boyfriends during the day. Now that phone call you're having with your boyfriend, you can do 2 hours on it. You don't know. Or just like, there are a whole lot of distractions. For me now, I have like, let's say, courses I'm taking, and it makes me feel like, oh, I am being productive. I can take 2 hours of my day. Whatnot. It is good. I would not even lie. But if out of 24 hours, I'm only being productive for 2 hours, how? Why did God give me 24 hours? Do you guys understand? So I was like, I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to actually, what do they call it? See how I can spend 24 hours of my day. And it started from 12 a.m. the day before, like 12 a.m. of a new day. Do you understand? So I did, I started 12 a.m. I prayed 12 a.m. Then I started doing some stuff. I chilled because the PC I was using for my courses took so much time to boot. Then I started like 12:30. Now, No, 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 no. Fast forward, fast forward. I spent 3 hours successfully doing courses. Okay, fine. I now decided to sleep, and I woke up this morning. The other part of my day, I actually like put out what I wanted to do for every hour. Okay, we put out like what I wanted to do with the whole 24 hours. Like it did not have to be only taking courses, but like something that will make me feel like I'm doing something. Now, why am I doing this episode? Giving you this backstory and giving you this front story. This is the front story. My blog post, I repurpose my content now on Twitter, so I put it out as a Twitter thread whenever I post on the blog. So someone saw it and responded and said, oh, 24 hours thing is good, he likes the energy. I put out that and he was like, oh, he thinks I should do it, and I have him on WhatsApp, so he sent me a bunch of articles that I should read and stuff, and even a TEDx video. So I went and I read the article, and I just realized that I'm not crazy. I just realized that like me wanting to utilize my day, me wanting to learn productively is not, it doesn't just stop with me. Like people have been on and on this cause for a long time. People have actually thought about the learning process, how people need to learn, how people need to learn intentionally, how people need to like put out time, how people need to understand that it's okay to fail, and like you learning, you should have like a growth mindset. I just read this thing right now, so I cannot articulate it the way those guys put it there. I'm going to, but they just gave me this like idea that, oh, I'm not crazy. Now, one funny fact, another of my friend read down my blog post and responded that I sound like an old woman. I mean, I sound old. And I was like, oh, why do I sound old? And she was just like, I'm hi guys, I'm young. She was like, you're 20 and you sound this way. But I did not feel any like feel bad or anything because she said I'm 20 and I sound like an old woman or something based on my blog post. So it was just really good that somebody actually read my article, read about the fact that I feel like I'm wasting my time, and gave me like stuff for me to read. And I did not just read it, I like had a new insight on learning. I just realized that, oh, like there's a way you can actually learn intentionally. You can, I've always known this one, like you not packing everything, doing them together, doing them in bits, small bits, and everything. I'm just really thankful. Shout out to K, because he's the one that sent me the articles. It felt really good. I always talk about how I want my friends to read my articles and my blog posts, and I recently met K, and he's been good. He's a really chill guy, so it just really made sense that somebody's actually reading. I'm not just blabbing and all of that. And finally, I have an episode for you guys too. So I also want to give a shout out to everybody that has known me and somehow interacted with me on my content. I might have only 10 people watch this or listen to this, and I'm perfectly okay for now. I'm not fine. I'm okay. I want you to share to other people. I want to meet, really, I don't know if I want to, but I don't mind meeting people that have like similar mindsets and know that they don't want to just be in their comfort zone. They want to do more. They are seeking out for more, and they are not ashamed to actually seek out for more. Like, because bro, I'm 20 now. In the next 15 years, I'll be 35. I want to be on a soft P. And I don't want to be on a soft P just wishing. I wrote an article on the blog that says preparation meets opportunities. I know so much that there's nothing, I don't really believe in luck. I don't really believe in anything like that just feels like free will, or free will is there. That's not the word to use. But I believe mostly in like hard work. Yes, and over time I have become lazy because now soft life really looks good. It looks nice from outside where you feel like the person is not doing anything. But people really put up a lot of work. Like me right now, I'm putting up work to show you that I'm doing something. So if I want to do this, this is just me. Well, I'm taking it slow.
Yeah, that's just it. I hope you enjoyed the video. the whole video and everything I was saying, because it was a spontaneous stuff. I didn't think too much about it, but I just knew that I had to do something. I wrote about I even tested it out. The 24 hours drill. Omo, it's not even a funny stuff. One thing I know is that if you want to spend 24 hours in a day, you can, oh, but you have to include sleep in it, because I don't think I have fully, I call it, relapsed. Like, that's drill. I don't think I have come back from the whole drill of 24 hours being awake and stuff like that. So do share this video to people, especially those that you've had this conversation with. You are not crazy, and really and truly you need more than just thinking you can spend 24 hours being active. Like, you need to have a plan and a bunch of other stuff. So this doubles as a YouTube video, as you can see, you're watching it on YouTube, and a podcast episode for Deskrybe, and somehow my other content from the blog fits into. Please subscribe, share to your friends that you've had this conversation with, especially if you've had it with other people. Please share it to them so that they would like come and like, they could relate. People that can actually relate, please share it to them. And even if they can't relate, people that you want to tell that, oh, there's this pretty girl on YouTube, please share it to them. So I'll see you guys next time. And yeah, this is my visual diary on YouTube. My name is Chinasaka Smear.